I am so curious as to how this is gonna play out. And now Miyomaikas are the best of ones. Ah, the gravity of that just hit me. Miyomaikas are the best of ones.
Exactly. There's a world. There's a very real world that we could be living in where Miyamaika doesn't make it to the grand finals.
Yeah, doesn't even make it to the lower bracket finals.
Yo, there's a world where, like look. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket. Miyamaika has to get through Beastlork, Oreo, potentially Starduck as well to get to the lower bracket finals even. Like that's crazy.
And that's all best of ones,
yeah,
mind you. All three players, especially Beastlork, known for having best of one builds that are just basically silver bullets. Well, he's got a tough journey ahead of him, but so do these two players facing against each other here on Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming down from the land of India. He is going to be representing Alpha X. We have Demi.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player. He's back. The madman is back. Justice himself. He just took down his countryman Miyamaika. Now he's up against the shark. Oh my god! It is JusticeSimon.
I thought that if anyone was going to proxy in this matchup, it would have been JusticeSimon, but no. A little dirty.
Apparently we were wrong on that one. Okay, so JusticeSimon, he does go for a probe scout. He does go into the main base. He confirms, hey, something's wrong here. Where is your hatchery? Where are you spending your resources? He is checking the third base locations. Makes sense. When he finds out nothing's there, alarm bells should be being raised.
Alarm bells should already be being raised, but he goes for the natural base.
He does go for the natural. He confirms that there's still no hatchery. He needs to scout. He needs to realize something is wrong.
Okay, so we're back to the main base, seeing if there's something he missed, but oh no.
Yeah,
oh, no.
He rechecks the main. And again, because he's been on a very long hiatus, like, he could be scratching his head right now. He could be like, what is happening? I don't, like, he may just not really comprehend. As we already have the queen on the way, Spiner's on the way as well. Now, finally, the probe is going to check.
But is it going to be too late? Well, Gateway just finished up. Stalker's on the way. Is he going to have enough time to get the Stalker out? Probably.
The problem is that, like,
I need some wall!
Exactly. The problem is that he didn't realize that he needed a Chrono Adder Zealot earlier. Now there is no Zealot. Stalker's on the way, but it is so late. The Lings are going to be able to deny the shield battery. Yeah,
even with the Chrono Boost, the Stalker is still quite a ways off. That wall is still not a wall, by the way. Still not a wall. And even if it was, the Spine Crawler's inching closer and closer to chip away at that.
Yeah, and the Lings are flooding in. The wall is still not a wall.
It's not a wall. It's not a wall, Demi!
Even if it is, it's not going to be a wall for much longer because the shield battery is so late because it was cancelled earlier. It was forced to be cancelled. It's going to be cancelled again.
What a welcome back Demi is giving JusticeSimon here. Welcome back to StarCraft. Here's everything you missed.
Oh my god. I mean, what I will say is that the Stalkers are still alive. The shield battery, it needs to finish desperately, but the Spine is now in range. A second Spine is on the way. The Queen will fall, so maybe overextending a little bit, but again, Demi knows what he needs to accomplish, and he forces to cancel.
Yet another one, yeah. Another Queen is out to replace the Queen earlier on. Cybercore in a lot of trouble here with the Cybercore down. That means no more Stalkers. That means JusticeSimon is forced to make nothing but Zealots, and that is not going to be nearly enough, especially now that the wall's down.
Yeah, now beautiful surround there. The second Stalker falls. The third Stalker could fall, but there we go. Shield battery finally finishes, but the Lings actually make it into the main, and now the wall is no longer a wall. Oh, never mind.
It is a wall again, but again, as you were saying earlier, for how much longer? It's not a lot of health on a warping in building. So we're going to surround it on the outer side of the wall. Meanwhile, behind all of this, Demi is all in, but he's winning.
Yeah, he's all in and it's working right now. As the gateway falls, there is no warp gate. The Zealot is still so far away from finishing up, and GG gets called.
Wow. Wow. I like to imagine Demi was waiting months for JusticeSimon to come back just so we could do that against him.
So I've been waiting the entire time.
From the depths, well played here. JusticeSimon shows that while he has retained some form, being able to take out Miyomika 2-0, he does need to catch up a lot on a lot of how the meta has shifted. Not that a proxy hatch like this is meta, but something that happens semi-often.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't blame JusticeSimon for his delayed reaction, just because like when you're away from the game for so long, like you see like these tells, and it doesn't necessarily come to you straight away. Like this is happening. Like it takes a while, right? Just because you're not used to this anymore. So it was quite a welcome back, as you were saying.
It's one of those things where just because you're telling me, don't mean I'm listening or comprehending.
Yeah, because again, there were some quite small tells there, and he wasn't sure, right? We saw him keep checking the third bases, go back into the main the second time, right? Not get that Zealot out. Oh boy.
Yeah. But he ain't gonna be fooled twice. Hopefully not, anyway. As we load onto Oxide LE for map number 2. Over here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player coming down from the land of India. He is the Shock himself. He is ruthless, giving his opponent such a rude awakening in game number 1. We have, representing Alpha X, Demi.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player. He is blue. He is back. He just took down the big cat god himself. Can he take down a shark? It is JusticeSimon.
Well, definitely not going to have to worry about another proxy, but it's probably going to be as vigilant as ever. Yep, there's that probe.
Yep, he's going to check the third, and we'll confirm there is a hatchery across the map. So now he can breathe a sigh of relief, and he can play out a game.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see how JusticeSimon powers up. We were kind of denied that in game number 1 just because of the proxy of Demi, but if you're going to take out Miyomika, then that's definitely a testament. We have to see how, but we can only see that when JusticeSimon plays how he wants to.
And what I will say is that even in game number 1, like JusticeSimon, even though like his reaction wasn't quite there, like when it came to his unit control, it was there. Like I was still very impressed with how he was handling the situation, considering everything that was happening, right? He wasn't like floundering around and falling on his face by any means. He was pulling boys, he was microing his stalkers, like he was throwing down buildings as well. He realized that he did have to wall off. So yeah, we'll see what happens in a more standard game. And are we going to see those Glaive Adepts? Are we going to
see an Adept, Glaiveless, singular.
Oh,
for now. All right, JusticeSimon has been catching up.
Or has he? I'm not ruling oracles off the table, man.
Neither am I, because I'm secretly hoping he goes Mass Oracle.
It could happen. It could happen. We have seen him. It doesn't even have to be Mass Oracle, but like triple Oracle openings. They were a thing back when JusticeSimon was competing. So could we see it again? Maybe. Or JusticeSimon has been keeping up, and we could be seeing some Void Rays.
We very much could. Do you remember JusticeSimon back in the day did have a bit of a penchant for Phoenixes, but so we could be seeing that back in, but that is not going to be the case. JusticeSimon is well caught up on the meta.
Ooh, okay. I see you, JusticeSimon. I see you. Now we'll see if he commits. Like, is it more of a thing where, you know what, JusticeSimon was actually in the chat, he was watching Oreo versus Starduck, and he's like, yo, Void Rays are pretty good. And is he gonna go double Stargate Void Ray, or is he just going for one just to clean up some Overlords and tech into something else?
He's gonna go into one, but he's not cleaning up the Overlords as he gets a Oracle following this up. Ooh. There we go.
Interesting. Very interesting that he does go for the Oracle next. Okay, and looking to expand.
Yeah. But again, this is JusticeSimon's modus operandi. His MO, if you will. He likes to be as greedy as he can get away with, and then have a stable economy, but this is Demi's MO. He wants to pressure third base and deny that from happening for as long as possible. Whether it's ZVT, ZVP, or ZVZ, you will never get a third base up.
And this is why
that's a hope for Demi.
Like, this is the great thing about Demi, is like Demi, he grinds so much ladder. He's on point when it comes to his practice, and that timing right then and there to deny that third base. The Void Ray had to be there to defend, and it was out of position, you know, like JusticeSimon, he wasn't as crisp with his defense, and he is forced to cancel that third base.
Yeah, this is like the ASMR of timings, because that, as you said, was crisp.
Shaking my head, man.
Just about as perfect as you can really get with this build.
Meanwhile, the Lings, they want some more. They're coming back, but there are a couple of Zealots to help out these Adepts. These things shouldn't find too much damage here, and we see that JusticeSimon, he is getting more Void Rays. Getting 2 at a time even.
Oh, Robo Facility is on the way as well, so should be seeing some Disruptors coming out. A much more defensive way of playing out the style of Protoss. Yeah. At least as defensive as you can get when you're going for an early third base.
Yeah, very interesting style by JusticeSimon, because like, even though he's going double Stargate, like, he is neglecting, or he is kind of not going for those upgrades, right? Plus on fire attack, he's delaying it to go into that Robo. And just like you, I assumed that there was going to be a bay behind this so he can get into Disruptors to support the Void Rays. It helps against Roach Queen pushes, which is coming, but JusticeSimon isn't going for it.
Yeah, throws out a Forge behind that.
Mate, I'm worried for him, because the Queen push is here.
It is, and his is going to be too late. There's that Robo Bay, but that feels very late to me.
Yeah, the Queens, they're already whirling. We're already halfway across the map here. JusticeSimon, he confirms that it's on the way. He's throwing down as many shield batteries as he can. Is it going to be enough? Because to me, mate, they're bunched up. Like, they're just waiting to be piled down.
That they are. So you get punched up. So are the Queens of Demi. I'm sure JusticeSimon is hoping beyond hope that he already had a Disruptor out, but 'twas not to be the case. The Biles are starting to land, and that is the overcharged battery. Kind of a wasted shield battery overcharge. There's still plenty of batteries behind this, so yeah, the Void Race is still standing tall. The Roach Ravage account has been thinned out.
Yeah,
and the Queens are running out of energy.
And I think what's important is that these Ravagers, they're stuck behind the wall. GG gets cold, and JusticeSimon will defend.
He didn't even need Disruptors there.
He didn't. Unfortunately, like, for Demi, there were 2 Ravagers that just weren't a part of the fight at all. Their Biles, like Ravager Biles in that scenario, they do matter. They do impact how the defense goes, just because they force the Void Rays to micro back, they force them to lose DPS, and you pile down that sack defense.
Yeah, those Queens, man. It's too thick.
They just wouldn't get out of the way. It's like, oh my god.
Even a couple of instances where, when the Void Rays pulled back, the Queens in the back line weren't able to fire away at that air army, which is, yeah, definitely very unfortunate. But at the same time, if Demi pushed closer, there were a lot of cannons.
There were. Regardless, that was the most ideal push from Demi. It was a great start, right? Forcing a denial and going into it, but yeah, wow. JusticeSimon, mate, he takes it to the ace.
He does. 2-0ing Mio Micah and now taking Demi to the ace match. His form never really left, has it? And we were talking a lot about how Demi, he's grinds a lot. He has really got these timings down to a science.
Mhm.
But JusticeSimon, I don't know. He defies all he defies all science, kind of like Mika.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we every now and then we bring that quote up from MMA. Like class is permanent, form is temporary, and we can see that even though JusticeSimon has been out of the game for a while, mate, all he needs is a couple of days of ladder, and mate, he's back in play.
Mate, justice never rests.
Oh,
Neither does Simon nor Max Angel. As we conclude our best of 3 series here on Jagannatha KBBLE, we're in the top right hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right hand corner, going for a 12 pool. He is representing Alpha X from the jewel that is India. He is Demi.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha ALE, the man who has upset the beast, the man who has unleashed the shark. It is the Vietnamese Protoss. He's blue, JusticeSimon.
I'm very, 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 very worried for JusticeSimon, if I'm being honest. Like, okay, so he should be scouting with his probe, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mate.
So he knows. What's the reaction going to be like, though? I'm hoping his reaction is better than in game number 1.
He doesn't know. He knows that there's no hatchery. He did not go up into the main base. For all he knows, it's just a pool first or a gas pool opening. He doesn't know about the 12 pool. Not yet. He confirms now that there is no natural base. He confirms the timing of it, and he will spot the links.
Okay, and we are on Jagannatha, so yeah, a bit of a longer rush distance. JusticeSimon has a little bit of time to get defenses up and running, but he needs to chrono out that Zealot ASAP.
Yeah.
There we have it.
Not just chronoing out the Zealot, but it may even be necessary to pull a couple of boys to plug up that wall, because the Lings, they're actually, okay, some of them are being distracted, but the Lings are about to show up, and...
Zealot! Are you gonna be on time? JusticeSimon, you need to be on point when you're blocking. The Zealot, no!
Oh, no, the Zealot's gonna get surrounded! No! The Zealot piece, he's trying to get
Very
back!
brave probe is coming forward to save that Zealot. The Zealot actually survives.
Oh my god, just barely it survived. The boys are here to help support the Zealot as well, and it looks like JusticeSimon has bought enough time for that second Zealot to pop.
Yeah, second Zealot will be popping out. That Cybercore has switched up as well. Here's something very interesting about JusticeSimon. He really wants to face those Zerglings head on. Conventional wisdom will tell you that as a Protoss player, just make sure your wall is solid. If you're chipping away at that Cybercore, then do a little bit of that Zealot dance, try to draw them away, buy time till you can get Adepts out. JusticeSimon, nah, mate. Pull your boys, face those Zealots head on. Don't let them know you're afraid. Show no fear. And it'll eventually back down.
Yeah, no fear whatsoever. And at the end of all of that, JusticeSimon, he doesn't lose any workers. He didn't even lose a single Zealot. He defends a little bit of lost mining time, but mate, that is perfectly fine. And now the game will go on.
We're comprehending that defense, I saw, yeah, but the game will in fact go on. Demi not too far behind, despite getting that 12 pool. JusticeSimon did spend a little bit to defend, but I would still give our tech advantage to our blue Protoss player.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Demi spends his gas on, because that is what was delayed because of the 12 pool, right? Are we going to see Link speed? Are we going to see Demi skip Link speed? Maybe go into a fast Lair? Maybe go into a fast Roach Warren? That's kind of what I'm curious about.
You said skip Link speed, go into a fast Lair. I'm like, I like where you're going with this light. We're not going to see a third base, are we? We're talking about Demi, but then he said, oh, we're going to see a Roach Warren. I'm like, oh, right, that's a possibility, yeah. That's still a possibility.
It is Demi we're talking about, and he is known for his mutas, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see them at some point. Meanwhile, the Adepts do show up, but yeah, this is the problem. Adepts, they're insane right now just because there are only slow links to defend.
Yeah, that's definitely going to change pretty soon with that Metabelt boost upgrade, but Demi ain't the only one upgrading. JusticeSimon is getting glaives for his Adepts, as well as a couple more gateways. No robo facility yet, so not going to be too committed, but still.
Yeah, he's just going to be sending them across the map, mate. And Lane Speed should finish up in time to defend. As we saw, Demi did scout with the Overlord. He knows what's coming his way. So he's trying to get ready. There's no Roach Warren, which is surprising to me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, this is very much of a risk. Demi doesn't... Well, he saw the Twilight Council researching, but that could really mean anything in this current meta. That is melee, and that is a Baneling Nest. Is Demi going for the Bane Bust?
I like this. He's going to be able to defend, or he's looking to defend with Lings, right? And this is great because of how little gas he's working with. Trying to get into Roaches from this point can be really difficult. So just relying on your mass mineral income, mass Lings. Oh my god, 12 more Lings are on the way. Jesus Christ.
And let's not forget, if you get enough Lings and you get enough surrounds on top of these Adepts, you don't really need Roaches to defend. But it's definitely a very big if. The positioning needs to be on point for both of our players, really. And I'm liking it. I'm loving this. He's making sure that his Lings are on top of the shades, and JusticeSimon commits to that shade. The Adepts are getting surrounded. A lot of them are being chipped away. 0 drones have gone down, or maybe 1 drone has gone down.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless, not a lot of damage.
There was no target fire. Oh no, never mind. There was no target fire there for JusticeSimon. He did get some drones towards the end, but as we saw, Demi did nicely deal with those Adepts. The problem with that is that engagement happened before plus on melee, and Demi did lose a lot of Lings there.
He did. He's trying to go for the counterattack now, but not quite gonna have a lot. The wall is in fact the wall, and there are a couple of key units in choke points by that third base location.
Yeah, exactly. And now, like, again, these things aren't really doing anything at all. I'm just keeping an eye on that worker count here. I mean, Demi, he is now saturated on 3 bases. Banelings are being morphed in. Baneling's speed is on the way. He could be looking to Bane Bust, as you were saying, but the longer this goes on, the better it is for JusticeSimon, I feel.
Absolutely. There are even bases, which, again, is only good for the Protest player. He's far ahead in tech, even getting the Templar Archives down, which will absolutely shred through Ling Bane, but in the meantime, he's getting Immortals and Stalkers out to tank the damage of the Banelings. As long as JusticeSimon keeps his units and choke points, I don't see Demi giving him too much trouble here with what he's got.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially with those Glaive Adepts that we saw earlier, is that they confirm the Baneling Nest. So JusticeSimon is well aware of the army composition, and he's fine against it, at least at the moment. He's waiting a little bit. The first Archon is on the way. He's going to need many more where that came from. And what is the answer to the Archons? Demi now is transitioning into Roaches, so Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane. That's great. But we need to see a 4th base at some point, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Lings are chipping away at that wall, but they're going to be getting too much done here. One Archon is enough to strike the fear into Demi's hearts. Into Demi's heart. He only has 1. Well, he could have multiple. He is a shark.
He is. He is a shark, man. Meanwhile, ooh, Demi, he's relentless here. It looks like he's going to be able to bust through this Stalker at all.
The force field was on point. He was almost able to bust through, but not quite. Only a single Ling makes it in, and we'll get a very nice scout on the tech that JusticeSimon is going for. We'll confirm that's a lot of gateways. JusticeSimon wants to hit a very potent timing. No forge, so these are going to be unupgraded, upgraded gateway units. Something that JusticeSimon should definitely keep in mind as he moves across the map. No, actually, he doesn't. He turns around.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he does start moving across the map. There we go. One thing that he is lacking is a War Prism to help reinforce. Oh no, there it is. It's across the map. It's already in the main base of Demi.
Very good distraction here. Ooh, those Banelings are getting the best connections that they want. Massive destruction going on. Meanwhile, across the map, a couple of Banelings did land on a mineral line and did wipe out a ton of probes, but is that going to be enough? Because JusticeSimon is already knocking down Demi's door.
Exactly. The spines are going down. Even though there were 3 set up, I want to commend Demi on his defenses, but he was distracted. He was distracted by the War Prism. The War Prism still has not been dealt with. It looks like the Spore will focus it down, but the Zealots have already been warped in.
That they have, and they're looking to sandwich the entire army of Demi here. Archons in the back, they're just not dying. Zealots in the front, they're just not dying. Look at that force field.
Exactly.
GG is called. GG is called. And now we see the man who 2-0'd Miyamaika. He's 2-1 to Demi. Can he complete the triangle? Can he take out Gogo Joey in the upper bracket finals? We'll see. Wow. Wow.
I'm in awe right now, especially because JusticeSimon, like, look, there are a lot of memes out there right now about Protoss and how they play and how there's a certain style that can be considered imbalanced. But JusticeSimon didn't go SkyToss. Like, that's what I'm impressed about, because I feel like the easy thing to do would be to come back to the game, see that, hey, everyone's just turtling up, maxing out on SkyToss and just A-moving, right? And that would be the easy thing to come back to. But no, he comes in with these different compositions and he makes it work against these players who have been practicing this entire time.
Yeah, the closest thing he got this series was when he opened up Void Ray Oracle, which, you know, it is an opening that players go for quite fairly often nowadays, but that's not the build that people are complaining about, let's just say.
Yeah.
Very impressively done here from JusticeSimon.
Exactly. Like, the only map he dropped was the one where he didn't know he was being proxied, yeah. Which is understandable, right? You know, there's some lack of information there, but when it came to the more straight up games, like JusticeSimon, wow, just wow.
Absolutely. And now it's gonna be on him to finish up that circuit here. He took out the winningest Zerg player in GPO history. Then he took out the third winningest player in GPO history. Now he has to take out the second, who in recent weeks has been looking like, I would argue, the most consistent player in the past month or 2 months or so. Well, probably the most consistent player throughout 2021, but yeah, there was that period where he really powered up, didn't have to worry about Miyamaika for a while, and Gogo Joe has just always been a monster since he started signing up.
I you know what, I'm getting some vibes right now, and you tell me if you're feeling it too. I'm getting some ESL fueled by Dare Hut vibes right now, where where Hut shows up out of a 6-month hiatus and just wins, beats Pro.
Didn't even ladder.
Yeah,
didn't even ladder. Just 6 months hiatus of literally never booting up StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, oh, I like Dare Ice Coffee. I'll give this a shot. Knocks out Probe, knocks out Demi, knocks out everyone, and just wins the whole damn thing. We need that back, by the way.
I mean, we could be seeing it here, a different variant, like a Southeast Asian version, if you will, but JusticeSimon here with taking down Demi and Miyamaika, two players who are in form, by the way. Miyamaika just came second in DreamHack. Bear that in mind. He just came second. To Probe.
Yep. Even took a game off of him. He came in second in DreamHack, and was, I don't know. He was the winner of last week's GPO.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is insane. And we'll see if we're maybe getting too excited, too ahead of ourselves, you know. Gogo Joey, he's a very different kind of beast, as you were saying, but like, can Simon do it? Can he take down all the Southeast Asian Zerg players, you know? Demi, Mir, Joey's the last one left.
That he is. It's a very real possibility. But that is JusticeSimon looking fantastic, and there's a lot of hype going on around him. Demi will be knocked down to lower bracket to face Starduck here in a best of one, I'm sure. Sure, neither of them are looking forward to that. Meanwhile, Oreo up against Beastork, who just took out Miyamaika 1-0.
And that's,
we were mentioning it, Light.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That's what I was concerned about. If we look on the screen right now, Beastork did knock Miyamaika out of the tournament, and not gonna lie, I'm sure the other ducklings down there are breathing a sigh of relief because
Probably.
even though Beastork is a beast himself, like getting me and Mike out of the tournament, everyone's like, oh, thank God. Like, Jesus Christ. But like, there's so many good matches going on right now. Beastork versus Oreo and Demi versus Starduck. Mate,